spot, yeah. So when we rising to the top, yeah. I'm feeling glorious, I'm feeling glorious. Yeah, I'm feeling glorious. I'm feeling in my stomach, knew I was victorious. Remember me as the greatest, need a statue memorial. You can copy my hustle if I drop a tutorial. Or ask me if I win, cause I'm flashing editorial. Stories about greatness, I need an editorial. Don't cross the line, cause I'm territorial. This is not love, this is not moratorium. Even at an onset, I'm taking on. Gotta win, gotta get my point across. And lessons is the only thing I learned from loss. So security pay the pants, cause I am the boss. If it, I only had cricket, this is that I couldn't win until I actually did it. Got the game in the palm of my hands, I need a acrylic. More pretty girls, even if it's last minute. Moment I'll spot. You gotta see me on the light, yeah. All eyes on the wall. It's out of control, so glorious. We're rising to the top, yeah. It's our moment I'll spot, yeah. So when we rising to the top, yeah. I'm feeling glorious, I'm feeling glorious. Don't underestimate me. I'm proud and expedite me. The game's in my hand, I'm holding it tightly. If you wanna share, then do it like me. The psychological winning is in my psyche. If doors close, I kick it open like it's Tai Chi. I'm hitting every point, I do it precisely. At the top of the throne, that's how it be. I'm motivated, gotta keep pushing. I know that they want me to fall. Even if I hit it at the end, I'ma ricochet. That's the only thing you do when you hit in the wall. Yeah, I'm feeling glorious, and I'm standing on my accolades, feeling like 10 feet tall. I look fear in the eyes, better know that I'm taking it all. Better know I'm taking it all.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Crossover Podcast, an executives view and nonsense and deep thoughts crossover, man. We are back in the building, 8:30 on a Tuesday, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us clowns, man. I do appreciate that. You guys know how I get down. If you see the show, share the show. We're all over the place, man. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok. We're doing big things in big places. Definitely want to take everybody along for the journey. As I said, I don't do this by myself. I got a slew of people that are here ready to talk about everything around the WWE, as well as upcoming the Money in the Bank preview, man. My man, Mr. Ripley's in the building. You know what? I'm not even. Villain's in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Thank you, sir.
No. It's Mr. Talented Mr. Ripley. I know you.
Here's my issue, sir. I got both of y'all talking about Mama's Boy and Mr. Ripley. I mean, you're confusing your man's for me, man. You're confusing.
How am I confusing you? I don't understand.
Well, your name is AKA Mr. Ripley, and then I got Mama's Boy over here, Mommy AKA Ripley. I mean, make it make sense.
The way I'm taking this is Justin's Barry's son.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
It means mommy can dominate me.
No. Listen. In all seriousness, she was on the show for what, maybe 10 seconds, and that was all the time I needed.
Wow. Okay. Woo. With that being said, I got Justin, aka Mama's Boy, from the Nonsense Deep Thoughts podcast. What's up, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Hey, I'm good, man. Nice seeing you guys again.
Yes, sir. You already know how we get down. The Queen's in the building. What's up, Stace? How we doing, man?
What's up, fam?
Good to see you. And Mr. Bailey Vacher. That's the new one. What's up, my dude? How we doing, sir?
I'm good as always. I enjoy my time with you guys. Steve, good to see you. Oh, wait.
Oh,
he's not
here. Wait a second.
There's a margarita somewhere.
Hey, Kayfabe is not here yet. Kayfabe is party to the party as per usual. This
my man. He'll come in here, just create chaos. It's all good.
Nothing but chaos.
But you know what? I wanted to get in here real quick, man. We got a lot to talk about. Stacey brought something to my attention, and I actually want to lead with that regarding the debacle. I'm not sure what that echo is, but regarding the debacle that we have right now with the WrestleMania 42 relocation. Stacey brought it to our attention. Where is your head at with all of this, man? What's going on?
I mean, you and I were in a car 6 months ago, I think. And I told you it was coming. Remember, we had the whole conversation that they are going to start making destinations. And eventually, I give it a year and a half, we'll have designated destinations for all the PLEs. With the big four, I think the big four will be US, but then the rest of them will be overseas. And they'll be like mini Super Bowls. So I can't say that I'm surprised.
Mhm.
I think they did Hunter. I think they did him dirty by announcing it and then changing it. But I think at this point we're going to see a lot of that. I mean, we saw that go down this week, and I think we'll be talking about that as well. But I think the reality is, as long as they have Paul to stand in the front and be the face of whatever decision they make, most people are blaming him for everything anyway. So why not do all the things that they need to do and let him be the face of what happens?
So your position on it is Triple H is taking the fall for something that he may or may not be involved in.
Absolutely. I think it's absolutely TKO. I think TKO is going to always do what's best for business. And coincidentally, I will tell you, if you've noticed in a lot of these promos, Punk last night said it twice, doing what's best for business. And I have heard that phrase more in the last 2 months than I have ever. So I think that they are trickling down what they're hearing from the big ups, and TKO is going to continue to make these choices and decisions because they can, and Paul's there to take the heat.
Interesting. You know, AB, talk to me, man. Where's your head at with this, my dude? Like,
I'm with Stacy. It's a business. Unfortunately, there's got to be a fall guy. I don't agree with a lot of the releases, but some of them I do. I'm gonna probably be public enemy number one for this. I don't agree with Truth being released, but I understand it. It all comes down to money, obviously, and I understand that he was offered another contract at a lot less money. The guy's comedy gold, but they're running the business, and TKO is probably saying the same thing. Why are we paying this guy however much money just to come out and do a comedy spot here and there? So I can understand that side of the part of it, but from a fan's aspect, I didn't want to see the guy go. You know, Shayna Baszler, all those other releases, I could care less. But with R-Truth, it just kind of hit a little bit because everybody enjoyed watching him. So unfortunately, he was a casualty award. Right? Carlito too, but he's going to recover. I mean, Carlito's, I think he's already signed some kind of promotion in Puerto Rico. So, I mean, but again, what did he do? He ran around with the Judgment Day. He wasn't really wrestling, and he was chewing on apples. Yeah, he was good for a couple one-liners here and there, like when they were talking about going out to dinner on Raquel's credit card. Like, that was funny, but how much money are you going to pay somebody to stand there on TV every week just to say one line? So I get that part of it, but from a fan standpoint, it sucks.
I got you. I feel you. Justin, talk to me, my guy. You know what I'm saying? You can talk about the WrestleMania debacle, or if you want to talk about R-Truth and Carlito being released, man, where's your head at with all this nonsense?
With Truth, did they not tell us that at Saturday night's main event? He walked out and held up the last time is now.
You know what? I really wasn't even thinking about the correlation there because it was his play on Cena, right? Like, and that's how I took it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to get John Cena to remember the good days and the good times and the face Cena. So when Cena came out and announced that he was retiring or whatever, you know, he did that same thing. I did not think the two were linked together, but I mean, that's an interesting pull.
I mean, what better way to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel
he's what, 50?
He's my age.
53.
53?
Stacy is not 53.
She's not.
Yes, sir.
She's lying on national TV.
She's 35 years old. Don't listen to her.
Listen, I've known her so. Yeah, she lies. She lies.
And I agree, Justin. It's just hard because nobody got a chance to say goodbye. Like Cena gets a whole year to say goodbye. He gets a whole year. We didn't even get one Raw or SmackDown or PLE or Saturday Night.
Why would Truth want to take anything away from his childhood hero?
Yeah, but then he was on Raw and put JC over. Why couldn't we known that was his last match?
Right.
I think you're going to see him back. I do. I think he's going to agree to terms. He'll be back at a smaller rate. I really do. The
And hold on a
backlash
second.
over
Hold on a
this is going to
second.
be crazy.
Hold on a second. In typical kayfabe fashion, Mr. Margarita has showed up. You know, tardy to the party per usual. Up. He decided to
He did the dip already.
as per usual.
Right out.
Anyways, he'll be back shortly. I think honestly, for me and Villain, I'll let you go here in a minute. I think it was in poor taste. I think that, to your point, Stace, if we're gonna have a swan tongue song for Cena, rightfully so.
Mhm.
Somebody like R-Truth, being able to make his run and say goodbye. I think he deserved that. I think he deserved that. And the fact that he did his thing at Saturday's main event and then was just like peace. You know, Carlito, same thing. Like this is for me. This is a childhood, right? You know what I'm saying? Childhood is dying. You know what I'm saying? Cena's gone. R-Truth is gone. Carlito. You know, I grew up watching these guys, and so to see them leave with such disrespect, if you will, it kind of kills me. Villain, talk to me. Where'd your head at, bro?
I mean, I hear what you're saying about the quote unquote disrespect, but a lot of guys in the business don't get the privilege that John Cena has. I think usually at the end you're either pushed out or, you know, like the company, or, you know, you're forced out because of an injury or something like that. Not everybody gets that WrestleMania sign off like Ric Flair did, and then he came back, right, in another promotion. So I hear what you're saying, but, you know, there's never a good way to say goodbye to your favorite, you know, superstar. You know what I mean? You want to think about pro sports and get the rocking chair with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, that doesn't happen all the time. I wish we got a little bit of better closure with R-Truth, because I think, you know, it sucks that he didn't headline Saturday Night's main event, but he was an integral part of that show where you didn't see him wrestle really much before that. And it looked like he was going to start getting into a couple more matches. You know, he had a decent run with JC. And then it's like, next thing you know, he's gone. And I literally, what did I say to you, Serious? Like, this is a prank. Stop playing on my phone.
Mhm.
You didn't believe me.
I didn't believe you. I thought it was like stop playing on my damn phone.
Yeah.
So that was unfortunate, and I think Carlito's going to go the same way. And then two other things I want to mention: the Triple H era is over.
Yep.
It ain't the Triple H era.
Yep.
This is the TKO era.
Yep.
Okay, this is business first. And you know, the WWE way of things was always to bring these guys back, give these guys a job. Like when Dusty Rhodes needed a job, you know, WWE hired him, right? When he was down and out. Like Vince always did that for guys that needed a job. If you know, he brought you back if you were having a bad time. Like, say what you want about Vince, he's always done that. TKO is about the bottom line, dollars and cents, profit. You know, if you ain't making dollars, you don't make sense for me to pay you. And that's what they're going to do. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we just have to accept that. I think it's interesting because I was thinking of it, and then the news started to break again. Yeah, I think it was today or late yesterday. The Miz might be next because he scrubbed his social media, and he's a guy that's older, that's been here longer, but hasn't really done a lot, right? You know, he's done a great job, I think, with Carmelo Hayes. And but you know, we've all talked about what are they doing with Carmelo Hayes, man? Like, it's been a year plus since you moved them up, right? So yeah, it's not, he's not the boss. I think Creative's a boss. Use this kid. He had a really good best of 7 with Andrade, and then you take him out to put Andrade in. Pause. Because I'll cook on that real hard. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But listen, I think he's next. Gunther scrubbed his.
Yeah, Gunther scrubbed. Yeah,
he did too.
So be very careful what we're gonna see in the next couple of days, if not a couple of weeks. So, but it's a business. It's always been a business, and that's why we call our show, at least the executive side, backstage business. That's what it's all about. But now it's really like corporation. It's like the Yankees. It ain't owned by a family. It's owned by businessmen. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not a family business anymore.
Not a family business.
Coach, man, talk to me, man. We're talking about recent releases as well as the WrestleMania debacle. Where do you come in with all this stuff, man?
I mean, just to echo what I think we're all talking about here is that this is I saw this coming. And when did I really see it coming? I saw it coming when they announced they were doing it's very little things. I noticed very little things. I noticed this when they said, you know what, we're gonna induct a match into the Hall of Fame. That is something that UFC does. UFC they induct matches into their Hall of Fame. And when I saw that, my jaw dropped because I was like, TKO is about to finally start kind of putting their fingers into and putting their mark onto WWE. And here we are, not even 3 months later, and look where we are. You talked about Melo and Miz. You can even see it where it's like their little backstage, little back and forth. It's like who know like that is Melo distancing himself from Miz because Miz about to go. It's little things, guys. Nothing is by accident. And I said that, like, pay attention to the little things because they don't hide anything. It's always right in front of us. They put it right in front of us, guys. And look, truth. Look, they tried to drown out the "We Want Truth" chance. I mean, I know they weren't loud enough for Stacy, but
They were loud.
but they were. You could hear them at times, and people were not happy. And I love the fact that CM Punk, who's never wanted to run away from things, like, how dare you guys chant the name of a guy who isn't here? Like why would you
Yeah, why would you
do
do
that?
that? Right.
And I thought that was great that Punk kind of threw that out there. But again, like, we're gonna see more and more of this. It's been a running punchline amongst wrestling fans about, like, oh, so and so is back at catering. So and so is back at catering. There is no more so and so is back at catering. So and so is gonna be in the unemployment line. They're not gonna just be back. The days of, oh man, we haven't seen fill in the blank wrestler in 3 months. Oh, they're back in catering. Ha 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 ha. There is no catering anymore, guys.
Right. I
And
mean, I'll echo
incidentally-
one. Go ahead, Sarah. Sorry.
I was just going to say, incidentally, I read that Cross is up at the same time as Miz, and
Don't say that.
Matt is up
Don't
this
say
year. And there were a couple others that I saw that I was like, well, they're not in major storylines, so we're not going to probably see much more of them. And if you think about it, Cross has gone hard. He was the number 1 and number 2 selling shirts last 2 months.
Right. I mean, I saw something that I'll come to you here in a minute. I saw something that said he was kind of ticked off for not being in the qualifier. You know what I'm saying? Because he should have been in one of the Money in the Bank qualifier. Even if they don't allow him to win and qualify for Money in the Bank, the fact that he didn't get in the matches, there's something wrong with that.
How can they do that when Chad Gable and El Grande Americano both need to have a chance?
Yeah.
So the same guy.
Part of that storyline, but part of that's like, why isn't he in there?
Right. And you see what I'm saying? So again, we all
He
saw him
can't be
work.
in there because if he's in there and he goes out there and he works at the rate that we all know he can, then he becomes, what's the new term? Undeniable.
Undeniable, yeah.
So you can't put the guy who's already undeniable in a spot to make him even more undeniable. So then that's why you can't even put him on TV except for 30 seconds. And in those 30 seconds, he kills it in those 30 seconds that he's on TV.
Right.
So
because he can't be valuable, because the problem is they can't, if they're not going to give him something and they're prepared to release him, they've got to make sure he's not valuable in the process. They can't give him a minute, because if they give him a little bit, he goes.
I feel like that's crap, though. Like, dude, if he's undeniable, then he's gonna make you money. What's the difference, man? Like,
and that what
it's a wealth of
does
talent.
about making money.
It's a wealth of talent. That's the problem right now. We have a wealth of riches. We are so wealthy in the WWE with talent across the platforms. I mean, think of all the times we've talked about the amount of people at NXT that we are like, why aren't they on the red or blue brand? There's no space. We
I
have no
know.
place for them. So we have a wealth of riches right now. So people like Cross just don't have a space. And yet, and I won't go hard on the tag teams for Raw, but we have so many things going on that are terrible that we have to give time for because there's a belt related to it.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
amazing talent that we're not putting in those plays.
So let me ask you this, Stacey, and Villain, I'll come to you here in a minute. Do you think the fact that the belts, as you alluded to, are tied to a lot of the quote unquote bad talent, that they have no choice but to keep said bad talent and release the good talent?
I think it depends on where you're playing. Like if you look at Raw, look at the men's tag team. It's the worst. The division is the worst on Raw.
Oh yeah, so
I mean that's popcorn laundry time for me, right?
Yeah,
Putting kids to bed. Hey, War Raiders on. Let's go to bed, right? And then we have so many great tag teams on SmackDown. I look forward to whatever the tag team match is on Friday nights. So we can't balance it out, right? So we have too much in one and not enough in the other, but we can't figure it out. So we, and you and I talked about this earlier. We have so many women that are doing amazing things on all brands. There are women that are not even highlighted that we know can cook.
Yeah,
but they can't because we have new people that rightfully so needed to come up, right? We have amazing women in NXT, and then we have women on both brands that we don't even see. I mean, y'all, we've talked about this. I know Bailey's in a work, right? We're going to see her this weekend, and I know we'll talk about that. She didn't get to be at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right? So we're making a lot of decisions about some really big players that we know are amazing, but they're like, we don't know what to do with them. We'll see what this goes.
You got younger, new talent coming up. You need to start pushing out the older
Older
ones.
Calling the herd.
That's like Truth was a casualty of business. Really, he was
Really
still making
strong.
money, but he was probably. Well, I mean, the man still looks like he's in his prime, but probably past his prime.
Right.
And you got younger talent coming behind him,
So
who's
y'all
ready and chomping at the bit.
The three oldest people until the Truth left, the three oldest people in WWE. Cena on his way out. Truth is now gone. And the third oldest, Randy Orton.
Yeah. And if they push him out like that, there'll be a riot. Like
I don't know if they'll push him out, but y'all know with his previous injuries, there's so much talk that they were sad that they busted that match with Cena and Orton at St. Louis because it sucked, right? Like it wasn't what it could have been.
It was bad. It was bad.
But the reality is, are we going to put a belt on him? Knowing that he's having some issues, we are not going to put a belt on him. So
I mean, but he's probably got a year left. Like,
yes.
At the really, I mean,
so then who gets 18? That's never
Right.
mind.
Nobody. But I mean, Charlotte Flair. I mean, honestly, though, honestly, yeah. But honestly, two things. It's not the same like it used to be, right? I mean, I worked there when my friend rest in peace, Howard Finkel had an office job and didn't do a damn thing. And I love that man. He was great. But he didn't do anything. And he had a job. Why? Because Vince took care of him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're not going to have that anymore.
Yep.
And I mean, he had an office and it was right down the hall from me. And I used to go in there and talk to him. And he was a fun guy just to be around. But you didn't do anything. He's an ambassador kind of deal, right? But it's like a 53-man roster is how TKO is treating it, right?
Yeah.
Like they're making cuts. And you didn't make the roster, and maybe we'll bring you back as a Legends deal. Maybe that's like signing to the practice squad, right? Serious, right, Coach? Like that's what they'll do to you, right? But honestly, like I feel like the truth doesn't need to be an on-air talent as far as in the ring wrestling. Truth can be an after show guy. Like Truth can cook that way and be funny as hell, or a pre-show guy like they do with Peter Rosenberg, who does a pretty good job. Or but he can work with Big E. You know what I mean? And he'll cook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like that's
there's
something
a lot
Big E does, like how Big E goes around and like eat stuff and whatever like that. It's like Truth would be fantastic and like man
Yeah.
on the street stuff like that or whatever like that. He'd be
Sure.
good at that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
And he's probably getting older too. Does he want to be on the road like that? I don't think so. You know what I mean? So, I agree with you, Coach. He'll be back at some capacity. He just won't be in the ring, and I think we just have to accept what that is right now.
I just think we're
Truth,
going to be
truth
looking
for
at
GM.
WWE.
You took the word right.
I
out
would
of
be
my mouth.
hilarious.
Truth for
That'd be
Truth
weird.
for
That'd be a weird
commissioner,
juxtaposition.
GM, whatever.
Put him
Assistant
down in
commissioner,
Tampa,
GM,
right?
whatever like that. Yeah, I can see that.
Put him in the NXT. That would be hilarious. I like to watch the curveball.
Yo.
And I was gonna say that too. I didn't want to say anything, but he made our OnlyFans.
Funny.
Thinking it was
And-
Twitter.
Yeah, thinking it was Twitter. Only R-Truth can do that. That's
Exactly.
hilarious. That's why you can't let this guy walk. You
Right.
can't.
Right.
That was my thing. Like, he's so effing funny. Like, it's just, again, Carlito, again, do what you gotta do, man. Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying?
Wepa.
What
Yeah.
He took the PS5.
You took the
Yeah.
PS5 from the Judgment Day.
PS5.
Make it, man.
His apple bowl was turned upside down and they put the Reaper on it last night.
That's
Yeah,
crazy. I didn't even
that's
catch that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I ain't
But,
catch that.
Demon
thing-
box.
one-
Me and Facebook
one thing
like,
I came
Demon
across-
box. Demon box.
One thing I
think
came
the
across
reality,
with
y'all,
Bully
is
Ray.
we're going to see WWE start looking more like a professional football team.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what Venom said.
You're not going to see wrestlers in their 40s and 50s, right? Flair wrestled his last match at 73. That will never happen.
Right,
We
he
will
shouldn't
have
have done that
guys
either.
in
He
their
shouldn't have been in there.
early
He shouldn't have been in there at all.
out.
But
You're
one
not
thing
gonna
I
see
saw
anything
that I
different.
wanted to bounce off you guys and Justin and everybody, Bully Ray was on his podcast
I
and he
love
said a good way to bring this around is, you know, you had R-Truth with the match with Cena, what have you. It was a quick match, whatever. And then Cena said, you know, I'm in the business of ruining wrestling, and I went to The Rock and I got your boy fired because I want to ruin wrestling.
Yep.
If you want to make this, you know, to blur the lines, that ain't a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? I went
Talk
to the
about
boss.
the-
I went to the
Talk
final
about
boss.
the heat that he would catch then.
Yeah,
Woo!
if he wants to still lean into the heat, then that's a great way to keep it going.
He can't come back from that.
No.
No.
And we're talking about him turning later on in the year. Yeah.
Get that man
Yeah,
security at that point.
He can, and then that keeps R-Truth relevant, and then you can work with R-Truth in a different capacity. I think it kind of
convinced
blurs
he's
it a little
staying
too
heel.
much. Go ahead, Justin.
I'm still convinced he's staying heel the whole way out.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you made a choice at Elimination Chamber, and you.
I feel like The Rock kind of screwed him on that one, Justin.
Absolutely.
Because it's like there was more meat on the bone with the final boss there, and then now he
And
has
we
to do
haven't
it
seen
himself.
that since Chamber.
Yeah.
And we
And
won't.
we
You
won't.
heard him on
And
that.
we won't. Yeah, we won't.
He did what he was going to do. He has no intention of coming back to go the final boss any longer. He's not
Yeah.
going hard on this again. He
He
said
doesn't
that in
need to.
McAfee. He wasn't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
No, he'll
So-
come. He'll
so-
come
hold
back
on,
when
back up.
when his movie's getting ready to release. Then we'll see him. Then he'll be back.
Yep.
Then he'll be back.
Then why create this whole final boss character and everything to not pay it off?
He
Because
doesn't need
feels
to
like
pay
he-
off. He's got money. He's
Yeah.
not there.
I'm not talking about final. I'm not talking about finances. I'm talking about like this whole thing with Cena, Cody, Donan. Like, why not pay that off? Like you did all that legwork. You did all of that.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And he destroyed
see
it
that
before the
picture-
first
oh.
Raw on Netflix.
Yeah.
He destroyed all of that before Raw on
What
Netflix.
what is my screen name, Aaron? What is my screen name?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Okay, he killed it. Look what he did to my beautiful baby boy. Okay, he massacred my beautiful baby boy. It's dead. Okay, we can sit up here and we can talk all day about the final boss, stuff like that. It's like he decided to drop the guillotine on that. Him, no one else. He did.
Yep.
So it's just like there'll be no payoff because he doesn't care about it.
Yeah. He doesn't have to care about it. And he said that on when he did the whole thing, when he came out and said, "Oh, the sold his soul was just an off the cuff, and I didn't mean it literally, and I didn't expect the fans to take it literally. I just meant that he needed to be a company man." And that's in his mind, dropping that little piece of whatever was enough for him. He doesn't have to explain himself, and he made that very clear because he's the final boss. He does what he wants. Period. We like it or not, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, drink Terramana.
Golly, that Jenny makes me so mad. Anywho, I'm shocked that makes me so mad. I don't even want to move. I'm fine.
I hate to be the Grim Reaper here, but it's
but can I silver lining at least, Coach? I mean, the reality is, we can't be super mad that kayfabe is dead, or we wouldn't have seen all of those great pictures of Nat's birthday cruise. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, I am not mad. I am not mad.
I would be mad if I wasn't invited.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, yeah, it's
right.
Like,
I was trying to do a tally of all the ladies that weren't invited, and I was like, oh.
Naya wasn't there.
There was somebody who named rhymes with Smade Marmill that was not on that boat.
She was not.
See, like everybody was there except for her. Smade wasn't there. Yeah. Everybody else was there.
There was a lot of talent in that board. Lord,
a lot of talent. A lot of talent.
I feel like that boat needed to be insured, because if something happened, that could have been off.
Oh man.
None of them would have sunk. They would have all floated to the top.
That's absolutely. I'd be on a plane right now to save them, baby.
And I'm back. Sorry, folks.
Anywho, AB, man,
hold on, Aaron. Both ears would be floating the wrong way. They'd be face down, bro.
Don't have mercy. AB, we're wrapping up this first initial segment here, talking about everything that's going on. TKO releasing WrestleMania. You want to close this up real quick? Got anything else you want to add?
I'm just going to say this. We always talking about how the divisions are crowded, how there's too much space on different shows. Unfortunately, this is the nature of the beast, and this is how they're going to mitigate everything down to where it needs to be so we have a better product. Whether or not we have these connections with these wrestlers or not, we want to see some of them stay. Unfortunately, some of them are going to be a casualty of it, and that's just the business side. That's all I got.
And before we get off this, Aaron and I talked about this last week, I think, with Steve. What's going to happen with SummerSlam? Next year, they pushed Money in the Bank to August.
Yeah, we did
Where's
talk about that. It was like, yeah, because like I told you, we Stacey, you were wondering what podcast I was about. I was on with Justin and Aaron last week. Like when Triple H made the announcement, everybody was like, Money in the Bank in New Orleans, and I was like, did no one notice the date of Money in the Bank? The August. I was like, I've been watching wrestling a long time, and there's usually this thing called SummerSlam in August. So what do you do with SummerSlam? It's just things like this moving forward. It's just a TKO way of business, and it's just we'll see.
If they were smart,
SummerSlam would be July, and it's going to be in a northern state like a Chicago or a Detroit, and they will establish it that same time, just like WrestleMania. It'll be a residency. And that's why they're moving stuff around right now. So next year they can start poising for all of these one-spot destination PLEs.
I think if they were smart, they would put the Money in the Bank match in SummerSlam like they did with Mania a while back. Kind of incorporate the two. We're putting out too many PLEs too close together.
Back to back. They're all back to back and everything.
Put it all together. And I had another thought the other day. When they do these Money in the Bank qualifying matches, they should make them climb that ladder and grab their qualifying contract for the match, just kind of a prequel to it, so that people get more invested into it.
It's not a bad idea.
I don't think they care about the PLEs that come out, because the reality is more than half of them starting next year are going to be overseas anyway.
Correct.
So we'll have less than half of the PLEs starting in 2026. So they don't care if there's one once a month, because they can put one in Germany, they can put one in France, they can put a couple in the Arab countries, and they can put one in Australia, one in Britain. and we have less, so we're going to be willing as Americans to travel even more. So they won't care if there's going to have to be one once a month, and they can make those destinations. So it'll be great for TKO from a business standpoint.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's
this
wild.
is crazy. And just to put a bow on what we're talking about, I'm watching on TV right now. 6 women tear each other apart on NXT who all could try to win this championship from JC Jane. And this is the issue. It's like we have all this talent, this depth, and this is why moves like Truth and Carlito have to be made. So,
Unnecessary. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, but
Mhm.
like, look at Javon Evans has moved up to SmackDown quietly, but like he's here. He's damn talented. I mean,
Mhm.
you got a lot of guys that are really pushing, mostly females, but the guys are coming too. We said it last time. Like the guys are just as talented, and they have guys like Trick that should be up, but now Trick's got the TNA belt, which is
oh
very
boy.
interesting.
Yo,
But
before
like,
And
before
there
we
goes
move,
Mariah May.
Battleground
And there
was
goes Mariah May on NXT. So
Yeah, there you go.
throw another log on the
Mariah
fire,
May.
guys.
Yep.
And there it is.
there she's back. I mean, like, and she looks good. And here the embarrassment of riches. I mean,
hey, she's
and
moving.
everybody's like, what did she take a pay cut or something to come here or something like that? Everybody was trying to give her crap for it. I'm
No,
like, who cares?
that girl's been dreaming of being in WWE for a long time.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, so-
honestly, it's a shame AEW is as bad as it is. Like, if they
But-
could get people to write and give competition to WWE, they could be damn good because there's a lot of talent out there.
There's so much
Right.
talent. I'm like, I sat down and I watched the Dynamite last week. I have to admit, hey, I know it's a WWE show, whatever like that. But like, it's just like you see the talent. They have men and women who can work. It's just the match production is just all over the place.
Yeah, you
Down
can
there in
see that they
Jacksonville.
don't
And it's just
produce
like
the
they need
matches
some
well.
writers. They need some people, some better producers. Because like they got talent at the wazoo down there. It's just crazy.
Which is
they
crazy
could
because they
somehow
have
pull
they
Paul
have two
Heyman
better.
out.
Oh yeah.
But they got guys that have done it before. Tony Schiavone and
Yeah.
I think Jim is sick and everything. Shout out to Jim. I used to talk to him on the phone. He's a good guy. But like they have guys that can help put this stuff together. You can tell like the pre-production is not there. They just wing it and they
Right.
just go into
Yeah, they
it.
have production
And that's
meetings
the problem.
literally on air on Dynamite. Like
It's
on air.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You can see the difference in any WWE show. Even like Sean does a great job with NXT and how it's well produced. Battleground was a damn good PLE.
That was very good.
You know what I mean? And like AWA can't, AEW can't get close to that. They can't. It's poorly run. I tried to watch it and I sat there. I'm like, okay, we're done here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're good. It's just, it's like a car crash, just waiting for the big moment, and that's it. So, and you can talk about AEW. WWE don't pay our bills. You can talk about anything you
He's
want.
not that. He's not that.
I know, but they've turned away Bully Ray. He's offered
Yeah.
to write for them for free.
Yeah.
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 Give me what you want. Give me 2 months, and I'll get you there.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Yeah.
say no.
No, but they're selling out a lot of money. Give me Daddy Khan's money, and I'll pay all these guys for
Yeah.
a shit product that nobody wants to watch.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, it's a
MJF
shame
is
because it's like
stuck there.
they
Yeah.
got talent down there, man. It's just like I said, you can see the talent. It's like I said, match production is the issue down there. It's like they have talent, they have like people who can go and stuff like that. It's just like I watched Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega, and it's just like they deserve better than that. They
Yeah.
do.
But
Because
they-
these are two of the best
they
wrestlers
should-
in
they
the
should-
world, and they deserve better than what they.
But they should know better,
Yeah.
coach. Like, honestly, like if you're just down there at that level, you're just collecting because
Yep.
they could do a lot better anywhere else. So I feel bad for them, but part of me doesn't.
You're there for a
Ospreay was a
paycheck.
choice, though. He
Yep.
said he's there because of the workload. He doesn't have to work as much there.
No, it doesn't.
Sure, but you don't have to work as much as you used to have to work in WWE either now.
Right.
Like you have half the week off. Like that was unheard of. You do a little
Mhm.
travel and all that, but look at what the talent that they sat on at AEW. Penta is a vibe.
Oh, he's
And
awesome.
look at
Oh,
what
yeah.
they've done with him in a couple of months. He's in that Money in the Bank, and he's going to absolutely tear it down. and that's what you had. You were sitting on that for years at AEW. It's a joke.
I mean, both for the Lucha Bros. I mean, because again, it's
Yeah.
like
Ray
it's like
Phoenix.
so they have them separate, and then because they know they can eventually bring them back together, and then boom, you know. So you keep them separate for now, because when you bring them back together, it's just gonna like, you know, to the moon.
Because even
you know?
Big E is mentioning that, you know, you got Penta with the smooth operator. Like it's that's it. It's there. You know what I'm saying? So like it just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. It's like
they played grounding pool though. That was cool, right? That was real cool. That was super cool that they played bodies. That was remember that song? Remember that song?
Like,
Body, like they played. That was really cool.
Yeah. But seriously, AEW is like probably the last 2 years, maybe about 2 years of WCW before it got bought out. Like that's what we're looking at with AEW.
Yes.
But they won't get bought out because like Daddy Khan has like an unlimited like
no, I know they won't get bought out, but you remember how bad WCW was at the end.
Yeah.
You know, it was really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was super bad. All right, changing gears really quickly, man. Wanted to get into this Money in the Bank card on tap for this weekend. Honestly, man, I'm excited about 2 of these 4 matches. Let's lead with the one that I'm not excited about, you know, at all. Really, this tag team nonsense between Jay, Cody, Cena, Logan Paul. We don't have to spend a lot of time here. But I wanted to give everybody the opportunity to kind of talk about where your head's at with it. Justin, talk to me, man. Where's your head at with this nonsense?
It's the new NWO.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
But I don't care. Probably gonna put Cena over. So
put Cena over?
Well, not put him over, but like they're gonna get the win.
You think Cena?
Why. It doesn't,
you think Cena and
Logan win?
Okay. Stace, talk to me. Where'd you head at with this one?
I mean, this is when Logan comes out as being part of the business, the company business. That's why he's aligned with Cena, because we're going to see him be the next company man. Because Cena's got, Cena doesn't have much more time before he's retired. Final Boss has got to have a mouth, and they're going to make Paul the mouth. I think that's why we're seeing so many different wrestlers across all the platforms talking about him. I think they're being told to talk about him. So this is the debut, I think. And that's why we've got this match.
Okay, AB, where'd you head out with this, bro?
To steal your name, 1 word, 4 letters. Next.
Okay, say less. Say less. Villain, talk to me. Where'd you head at, bro?
I'm happy to see Cody back. I think Jey Uso just puts butts in seats and sells out. Cena is, you got to get through this. I won't talk about the other guy.
I think for me, man,
and listen, I can't stand that Logan Paul gets to be in another match. This guy is absolute trash. Okay, this guy he's not even worth the dirt on the bottom of my shoe that I kick off before I get in my car. This guy is absolute trash. Like they the fact that Cena has to put this guy over just lets you know that this guy don't belong here. Get him out of here. Pack him up. He's done. Get him out of here. I'm done with it. I'm done.
Stacey said it earlier. What's best for business, and
he
is the future of the business for them.
Oh God, he doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't.
I hate it. I hate it. But he brings the money. Everything everything he's created. He is the money.
Wait, what money does he bring in?
Okay, can I say it's not about money at this point? Because I don't know, y'all have seen this, and I know we've not deep dove into this yet. Have y'all seen every single time there's a Raw, there's a SmackDown, there's a PLE?
The Prime?
At some point, they show who's who in the mat, who's who in the audience, right? We got so and so famous, so and so famous, so and so famous. He is bringing what they think is he's bringing us to mainstream. He's bringing us to the famous people. Unfortunately,
No, he's not, though.
Okay, Aaron, if you think about it, look at who gets on his podcast. He's pulling all these people in. We have Cross talking about him this week. We've had Cena, we've had Orton talk about him in the last month. Like, I made a list and I can't find it. There were more than a dozen mainstream wrestlers in the last 30 days that have specifically and intentionally talked about how good Logan Paul is. Why is he all of a sudden on everybody's lips? Because he is the next businessman. And because he made his money outside of the WWE, he can bring all these little faces and all these people to the PLEs, to whatever he's doing, just to come see him. And so we get more crowd, we get more hype, we get more clout when we have all of these people that aren't wrestling fans come to shows.
I mean, look at TKO
I
on the UFC side. They have Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have two of the biggest podcasts in the world. You have the hosts from each of them.
Yep.
But here's the deal, guys. How many YouTube followers and all that crap does Logan Paul have?
A bunch.
Millions.
Let's ask the more important question. How many of them are over the age of 18?
But no, it's not even about the age.
Yeah, it absolutely is. All these little teeny boppers, 12 and 13 years old, are following this guy. That's where most of his audience is.
This is my point, though. How many YouTube followers and Instadot, all that crap, does he have? How many? Let's put a ballpark in it.
Probably 12 million.
Give me a rough number. 10,
12,
20?
12.
Okay. Has the ratings increased 12
27 million on Instagram, 24 on YouTube, and 19 on TikTok.
How has the ratings increased by that number?
No.
I don't think it's a ratings.
So what impact does this guy have?
The impact is when your front 2 row seats are $10,000 a ticket, you have to bring in people that watch wrestling that are willing to pay $10,000 for a Mania seat, $6,000 for a Mania seat, $10,000 for a SummerSlam
to see him. But to see Jey Uso.
I mean, to see him get his ass
who's
kicked
packing the building. That's the guy that's moving. That's the guy moving units.
He's moving units, but he's not moving the $10,000 units. He's not. You're not. What their goal is, and this is what we're working towards. It's no different than. And I know we talk about this a lot, my friends. Looking at the front 2 rows of any championship games in the NBA playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are doing the same thing. We are looking at the who's who every chance we get, because the more big money you get, the more than they show on their social media that they were at Mania, they were at SummerSlam, they were at Money in the Bank, their followers are following. So, and to your point, Aaron, all of his followers are less than 15 years old. That's how I got my boys to watch wrestling. They wouldn't watch it with me, but when they saw that Logan Paul was in, they were like, "Oh, I'm all in. I love Logan Paul. He's the nicest guy ever. He's the da-da-da-da." And they're the future, right? They're the ones that are watching because they're the ones that for their 13th birthday want an entire Mania set. So he's bringing the money because he's bringing the people. Every parent wants to make their kids happy. And if their 13-year-olds are following some guy that on YouTube looks like he's a squeaky clean, super nice guy, they're all in. Yeah. So, he's bringing it. Whether we hate him, I am not a fan, but he's bringing it.
But there's a reason why they love him. They love him because, again, you see the Prime bottles have become a ever-present thing on the side of the, in the corner of the ring. Everywhere. They put it on literally on the apron. It's just, again, as a parent, it's like, hey, the kids, they love Prime, they love these lunch leads, they love all this stuff like that. The kids love him, and it's like, it's not me, the 43-year-old father of 2. It is the 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old who watches the stuff on YouTube, who's like, he's on this Monday Night Raw stuff. I'm gonna start watching that now. I'm gonna buy the t-shirts, and then through watching Logan Paul, was like, who is this John Cena? Who is this Jey Uso? Who is this Cody Rhodes? That's the rub here, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Then, to your point, Coach, what happens when the kids mention Cena and Orton, then the adults like us who are like, oh, those are my guys. Those are my guys. There's a family connection. And then the kids and the generations are watching together. And the reality is, I was just talking to the junior this week. All the girls at school drink Alani and all the boys at school drink Prime. In their high school, you are not it if you're not drinking Prime. Period.
Kids are stupid. Kids are stupid. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, look at
parents to make the money to spend it.
I know he doesn't do a lot in ring, but look at what McAfee's done for wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he's brought it to ESPN.
McAfee reaches into another demographic and brings them into wrestling. You know, so
I mean, he's able to get people to talk about wrestling on ESPN when they really rarely do talk about. I'll give him that. But I'm that old-fashioned guy that they're not making. I didn't start rewatching it because of McAfee or Logan Paul.
I did.
That's not why I started rewatching.
I started rewatching because
to
of
your
McAfee.
point, it's a different demo. It's a different group. So I'll give you that. But in my humble opinion, Logan Paul can suck eggs.
Agreed.
I 100% agree.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't think that's the point that like we're making. Villain is just like
I know the point you're making, and I
no
agree
one
with
here
that.
likes Logan Paul. No one here likes him.
All of us here are over 40.
But case in point,
we're not his demographic. We're not his demographic.
Only 35.
Case in point, though, we've been now talking about this guy for the past 10, 15 minutes.
Yes.
This is exactly what he's doing to the business.
Yes.
We're proving his point for
How
him.
dare you? How dare you bring up old stuff? How dare you do that, AB?
Cross had a whole conversation this week about him because he's trying to say that he's heard that people behind the scenes are saying that Cross hates him. And Cross is like, I don't hate him. I want to know how for years we weren't allowed to have a second gig and our only gig was WWE. And now this man built an empire and now he's the thing. And I want to know what I can do to do what he's doing.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's not even trying. That. How can I do what he's doing? How come we weren't allowed to do it? It was frowned upon.
That's the thing there, Villain.
Because
but
it's funny that he said that because I don't believe it. I don't believe it as much.
I am learning from him. I am.
But you know what? I'm gonna call BS on that for this reason, Stace. Because didn't Matt Cardona do that? That's how he got over, and that's how he got the IC strap at Mania, because he did his own thing on YouTube. He made his own channel. He made his presence known on social media and got to that point. So Cross is not wrong what he's saying, but he's wrong. He's right what he's saying because Logan Paul didn't go through the developmental territories and up the ladder to get to WWE like a lot of guys pay their dues. All right, like think of it like when A-Rod came up, he skipped a lot of the minors and went right to the majors at a young age. That's what he's trying to allude to. But don't say that he didn't use that social media wasn't a tool or YouTube wasn't a tool, because 10, 15 years ago, that's how Zack Ryder got over. So we're not going to do that.
But I don't think that's why he said it. Again, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. I think he knows he's got to put Logan's name in his mouth because those that are talking about Logan are getting the love. And Cross is trying to build a feud with him on media to make him relevant, to get him time on TV. So Cross is saying whatever he needs to say because he's already selling shirts. He's already doing all this stuff, and he's still not getting time. So listen, he can, if he dials into this Logan Paul thing, who is the golden boy, then maybe he gets a chance and he gets saved. So I think that's 100% why he had that this week. I don't think he really believed what he said. I think he just knows if he can drink the Kool-Aid, he's going to get the time.
Yeah, it's chess, not checkers. And then when we have that Cross Logan Paul match at SummerSlam, then then there you go. That's the payoff.
And he said what he needed to say to get the time he deserved.
He's doing what's best for business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there another match on this?
TKO's doing what's best for Villain.
Man, so that was some really crack analysis about this tag match, guys. Good work. Good work.
Yeah. And we're moving on.
Hashtag Logan Paul.
Yeah, right. The next one I wanted to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is the female match between Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, Part 2.
Boom.
This is going to be another banger. I believe. I do believe that Becky Lynch gets the strap here.
Yep.
But I also believe Bailey Cakes makes herself known and sets up the feud between her and Becky Lynch for SummerSlam. I think that happens here. With that being said, Villain, talk to me, man. Where's your head at with this one?
I can't wait for this match just because these two are going to cook together.
Yeah.
Becky's doing a really good job, and Lyra is finally coming out of her shell. Right, so like the bird is coming out of the eggshell, and you can see it flying. Right, that's what we're seeing right now. I love
now.
Yeah, exactly. I loved her promo last night. I thought she was. You could feel like it felt like it wasn't scripted. It felt like it came from her, even though it was probably scripted a little bit. So. Take that off the screen, Larry. Get the hell out of here.
Get that out of here.
Go to bed. Listen, I love that. She sounded pretty authentic. I love how Becky's heel turn is going. She's doing a really good job with it. I'm here for this match. I hope Bailey, aka AB's wife-in-law. I don't know if I'm surprised that we've been on this show for almost an hour and Coach has not said a damn thing about AB's name. Nothing. So that's violation.
It seems like it bothers you more than it bothers me.
No, because if I did it, you would disown me.
I'm secure.
No, it's not even being secure.
It's just
being an adult.
He's secure that he's Mr. Vacker.
Yeah, so it's
no, it's the fact that if I did it, you would be jumping down my throat. It's not fair. It's not right. But
I've decided to not even go there. It's like I said, like y'all not about this life like I am. I am fully prepared to be banned from PPG Paints Arena forever. And like when I'm at this Raw in a couple of weeks, I'm fully prepared to do what I have to do. So it's like y'all not about this life like I am. So it's like, so that's why I don't worry about this. It's all talk. It's all
we need to do a live stream during that Raw to watch for Steve.
I know.
It's like we all see a large black man with a pentamask being drugged out of PPG Paints Arena live on Netflix. So it's just like.
But
it's all talk. It's all talk. I'm a man of action.
Vash, I got you. Vash, if you're watching this, text me. I will get you bail money to get your man's.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but I think this is going to be a great match. I'm really looking forward to this one.
This could be good, man. Stace talking. Where's your head out with this one?
I mean, y'all know I have not been a fan of Lyra. I have not. And I am coming around. She is doing a really great job with her promos. We're finally getting to see who she is. I do not know how she's doing all she's doing in those high heel boots. I mean, oh my word. Every time she's out there, I'm like, Lord, she's going to twist an ankle and we're going to have to cancel this match.
Oh my goodness. No, she did.
I'm like, woo! But she's giving. As long as she doesn't come out in those feathers, I will be down for this match. I just can't even.
The feathers are coming.
Oh,
it's a PLE. They're going to be on.
It's going to be great, though. I'm really. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm looking forward to this match. And you know what? Y'all know, and I know a couple of y'all gonna come at me. I've not been a big Bailey fan. I mean, she's okay. It's okay, Aaron's. Don't come at me.
It's okay, Aaron's.
But,
so I have a microphone.
So it was nice for Stacy to drop by.
Until next time.
How dare you do that to my girl? You can't do that to Miss.
How dare you? But yeah, I think it'll be a great match. I'll be blowing up our WhatsApp chat that whole time.
Yeah. Yes.
And
yes.
whatever happens, you guys just ignore me. It's okay.
Just make sure you get the time right. Justin, talk to you, man. Where's your head at, bro?
Man, I hope it's as good as the last one.
Yeah.
And I'll back up. Like, Lyra has gotten so much more comfortable.
She'll just put feathers this time.
Yeah.
Woo! Right. Woo! honestly, I said this in the open, man. I'm looking forward to this one. You know, when this thing took place, when this whole pairing took place at Mania, I was skeptical, and I have to honestly admit that I don't know if it was Villain or Coach that said, you know, not Bailey, Becky's gonna put her over. It may have been Coach. Now I'm thinking about it. Becky's gonna put her over. And the confidence that she is now walking in, bravo. Because like Stace, I mean, her and I had many conversations about the fact that we couldn't stand the feathers. We couldn't stand the feather girl. And I felt as though she was handed the IC title, but potentially Dakota Kai should have won it, because I felt as though Dakota Kai possibly outworked her. And she was more of a likable character and a likable person, as you know, as opposed to a lot of Valkyria. So now that we've come full circle, I'm looking forward to this, but I still think in this particular match on Saturday, Becky needs a strap. Becky needs a strap.
I mean, just by being in this program, it's legitimized the belt.
Yes.
Yeah.
The belt's been struggling.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think Justice said it too. This belt has been struggling since the tournament.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because, and then I guess I'll go ahead. Just
if you put it on Becky and you let Becky and Bailey have a run with this belt,
that's SummerSlam, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was just about to say. I was like, so the setup for the women's IC belt has been much better than what's going on SmackDown with the women's US Championship.
Let's not talk about that right now.
We'll have to talk about that.
We're gonna have to talk about it. We have to have a comfortable conversation there. So basically, here's my thought. It's like, first off, Bird.
Bird.
Yeah, Bird. Yeah, Bird.
The word.
Me like Angry Bird. So I mean, so that's my analysis of this match. I hope they have another banger like they had at Backlash. These are two women who you can see the comfort level with these two, the trust, because in order to put on a banger of a match, you have to trust the person, across the ring from you. So these are two women who know each other, who trust each other. This will be a fantastic match. I can't wait for this match. This is one of those matches where, again, like just said, I hope it's as good as the first, because the first one was really, really good. And going back to this again, this is what I said. What Becky is doing with Lyra is what Charlotte should have done with Tiffany.
I think she got the job done.
Yeah,
at the end.
And we talked about that 2 weeks ago. I think now, we can see, what
the payoff.
What Charlotte Flair did with Tiffany. It's just what Becky's doing with Lyra is so in your face and obvious. That one over on the blue brand was just so subtle. And now, again, Tiffany is doing her thing. I'm proud of her for that. Before we go on,
honestly, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, before we go into the ladder matches for Money in the Bank, since we got to talk about Zelina Vega and what's going on the blue brand with that belt. Villain, talk to me, man. Where's your head at?
I was gonna say, I think what you're gonna see is these NXT girls are gonna legitimize these belts even more. Julia's coming for the US strap,
and she's gonna take it from her.
And La Primera is gonna take that IC belt at SummerSlam. Book it.
I don't think so.
I got bigger plans on that one.
Well, I don't think she's gonna win Money in the Bank. We'll get to that, but I think she's gonna either her or Roxanne are gonna take that IC belt, and they're gonna feud for that belt. And I think that's what you're gonna get out of these NXT girls. I like Zelina Vega. I'm happy that she got a strap, but it ain't hitting. It's not.
No,
it's not.
No, it's not at all.
No, it's not.
All the way.
She comes out and it's just like it's nothing. It's no reaction. It's no nothing. It's
nothing. During the match, she hits her finisher, and it looks like it looks like a child trying to use an adult toilet.
It's botched.
it doesn't look right. It don't look comfortable. So, and I like Selena Vega. I think she works pretty well. But the match at the Saturday night main event, the botch, that kind of hurt me a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
And then she was a little sloppy on SmackDown. It's just like you got to take the belt off her. That's why you had Julia backstage eyeballing her. It's got to happen at some point.
Oh, I stood up. I stood up in my living room off my couch when I saw Julia. I was like, yes,
thank you.
This is it. This is gold, Jerry. This is gold. Like this is what we love here, boys. Like, thank you, Julia. And eventually, I think, like you talk about the NXT girls, eventually we're going to get Julia coming here, and then if Jordan Grace is going to SmackDown, you get these two going at it, and then
I think before that though, I would rather see Alexa get the belt, and it'd be Alexa Julia. I think Alexa needs to carry the belt, and then
I can see that. I can see Alexa
hot, and I could see her putting Julia over. That would be a nice feud to take us into fall winter.
I think they got bigger plans for Alexa Bliss, but I see I see what you're cooking in.
Where?
The Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
They're not doing it for me, man.
They're not, but because they just came back 2 weeks ago.
But
I
why?
think the problem is
why did you bring them back in that tag team division? If you're gonna bring them back in a tag team, put them on Raw.
Back on freaking Raw.
Bingo.
Yes.
Raw wasn't on Bray's birthday.
It was not.
Right.
So I mean, they did it for that, and then it was like, it was a nice gesture, and I understand that, and it was sweet. Really, it was like it was a very cool moment. But again, I've said this on various shows, various times. Is like this. We need to hit the reset button. We need a draft.
Yes.
We need to kind of shuffle and fix some things and stuff like that, because like right now it's uneven. Like I said, there was a match the other day where 3/4 of the Raw tag team division was all in one match. That's ridiculous. We need to fix it. It needs to be fixed.
And nobody cared.
I played basketball with my son.
Yeah, the Wyatt Six need to go to Raw and take those belts. But I don't know.
We don't put Alexa with them. She's too hot by herself.
Who, Alexa?
She will drown. She will drown in Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
That's not the play.
She will need to. She will be able to put them over though.
No, she wouldn't.
She doesn't need to
put them over. We put her in a tag team.
She will put them over.
Come out with her every time, and then so here's what happens. No, hold on, serious. Here's what happens. She is cooking on her promos.
Yes.
She goes to Wyatt Six, and then she starts making those silly, creepy promos. Why? Yeah. She is cooking. She is hot right now. She is doing some amazing promos with Charlotte Flair. She's in the back with Julia. All these things are happening. Those go away if they put her with Wyatt Six. So
I think those are because they need her to be hot to get the Wyatt Six over.
No, you don't need that. No, they're fine. They're fine. Yeah. I don't need them to be over. I don't need them to be like.
Yeah. Need them to be present.
They're fine.
They need to be there.
Yeah.
Right? And not just be like a gimmick novelty. They need to be there consistently.
The Alexa Bliss and Tiffany feud is coming. I can I can live with that.
Okay.
That can work.
And here's the reality. Why would they do that if they're trying to tag team them? They're trying to tag team them. They're putting them with profits right now. So why do we put her with them when they're trying to put profits with, which again, wealth of riches on Friday nights? Why are we putting Wyatt Six with that? We could have put them on Raw, and they could try to help the tag team division there.
Because there's nothing over there on Raw.
The story's right there with the New Day turning their back on Big E. That's what the Wyatt's is all about, like retribution. The story's right there in front of them.
The
put the
greatest heel team
on, on Raw, have them go after the New Day. It's right there, but
Yep. New Day turning heel last year was devastating, and now everybody's like, put Wyatt Six in there and let them cook.
Find out what Pretty Deadly is to send them over there.
Pretty Deadly would be the best tag team on Raw right now.
Yep.
I wish they could get the Wyatt Six hot enough to go after Cena.
So what?
I said I wish they could get the Wyatt Six hot enough to go after Cena.
Oh, that'd be
for
great.
Turning his back on wrestling, turning his back on the fans.
That's actually a nice little pull.
That'd be so great.
So that's
I
so
miss
cool.
Bray so much. I miss him so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
With that being said, moving on along to the men's side of the Money in the Bank match. I can make a legitimate case for 3 of these 6 men winning it. However, I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to speak on how you think this is gonna play out. We got LA Knight, we got Penta, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, Seth Rollins, and Chad Gable. American, whatever his name is. Those are the 6
Americano because Chad Gable's going to be at Worlds Collide, Aaron.
It's the same day. It's the same day.
Stephanie Vaquer is going to be at both.
That's
Bingo.
right.
Double duty, man. Like,
Yeah.
jeez Louise. But it's a
anywho,
tag match, so I mean, you want to work too hard. Hopefully.
This is what the match looks like. Coach, talk to me, man. How you feel this one shaking out, bro?
Look, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, like I said, like I was like, whoever loses like the match, between like Knight and McIntyre and Priest and all those guys, I like whoever I thought LA Knight would win. It's like it's in LA Knight. Like it's all there.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not so sure. I could see 3 of these guys in this match winning this. And those 3 guys are LA Knight, Seth Rollins, and El Grande Americano. But seriously, this match will have the spots. That's what Penta's there, Andrade's there, to do the ladder spot, to do the crazy flip flop thing. Him and Penta will do something awesome.
Yep.
LA Knight will do his thing. Solo is the guy who is just like, I don't know
why. That was my question when he won that. Why?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
What?
It's not. It's not his style match. Like,
I don't know what he's doing there. Like, I don't understand. It's like I can even like again, if you want to do the luchador spot, like again, like with El Grande Americano winning that match last night, I think I'm officially done with that gimmick. It's like, okay, whatever. Like, okay, ha 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 ha. It's like it's not funny to me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But him aside, Solo being in this match, again, like I said, I understand why Andrade's there.
Mm-hmm.
Penta's hot. Penta will go over in this match something crazy, especially like the Inuit Dome. Look, I hate to say it, but I mean it's like it's LA. There's a lot of Hispanic people in LA. So I mean it's like, look, I'm not telling tales out of school by saying that. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be shocked of Penta wins, to get a big pop moment in Inuit Dome. But I guess keep going back to, we have to get LA Knight out of the bloodline, kind of like that vortex that he's been in. And what better way to get him out of that and to kind of finally elevate him than for him to get Money in the Bank? I would love to see LA Knight win Money in the Bank. I think he's a guy who is paid his duties. And like, I went back and was looking at his feud with Roman, and I think they should have put a belt on him then. I was like, man, LA Knight was cooking Roman. He was doing great. They were doing great work. And it's like, if they didn't put the belt on him then, I don't know if they ever put him on. That was like the best time to put the belt on him, was in that moment during that feud. But it all comes back to Seth Rollins has a couple of aces in the hole. And in a Money in the Bank situation where there's no DQ, and Braun and Bronson can come down there and do what they want or whatever like that, and help him climb that ladder, because it's part of the greater good, so to speak, that they've been talking about. I want LA Knight to win, but I think Seth Rollins wins.
Let me ask you this question, and again, I'm thought to say anybody else. I've been seeing and feeling a Roman return here to cost Seth Rollins. Would anybody be shocked if Roman shows up here?
Not at all, because SummerSlam is Roman's thing. Yeah. He loves himself some SummerSlam, and what better way to set up a Rollins, Roman match at SummerSlam than him come back and costing him? you know, the Money in the Bank briefcase. So
He's
yeah,
already
I can definitely see
advertised
that.
for next week's Raw.
Punk cost him. Now it's Roman's turn.
So
Well,
would not.
here's the thing. I figured it was. I figured if Punk at qualified, then Punk and Seth would focus so much on each other that somebody else would, get the ladder or whatever. But now with Punk not in this match, supposedly, that opens the door for potential return from Roman to cost Seth, and I think also that this whole thing with Solo and Fatu gets kicked off here as well. And opening up the door for that feud to start taking place at SummerSlam. But I do think LA Knight wins it. I think that he's, like you said, Coach, he paid his dues. He's been one of the favorites to win it for the past few years. And I think that now is a great time to do something with LA Knight. He's kind of been in SmackDown purgatory, if you will, for quite a while, ever since he lost the strap. So I think they put the strap on him. I think you're right. I think Penta, Andrade are going to take some amazing spots here. It wouldn't shock me if they fell off the top and did some crazy thing or whatever, because whatever the case may be, because that's what they do. Grande Americana, Chad Gable, whatever, whomever it is.
You keep saying that, and I don't know why. It's like
not Chad Gable.
Chad Gable and El Grande Americano are two different people. I think you keep saying that. I don't know.
Avery keeps telling me the same thing. That's clearly Chad. I'm like, Avery, that's not it. That's American. I don't know what you're talking about.
So if they let Knight win it, they're wasting Money in the Bank 2 years in a row. Who's he cashing in on?
He'll cash it in on whomever the heavyweight champion is. Cena. Whether it's Cena, whether it's Jay, keep in mind, both of these guys.
He's the champion, so it's not like he has to cash it on the champion on his show.
Yeah, Cena's got to give back at some point. He's got to get back to the business.
Both of these guys are in matches like the tag team match closes the show.
Yeah, but he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
Who knows? I mean, we didn't see it happen 2 years in a row, where they cashed it in right after they get it.
Drew McIntyre said that even before. He's like, I'm going to win Money in the Bank, then I'm going to cash it. So it was just.
I mean, if one thing we know is that Triple H, TKO, whomever is doing these bookings, suck at booking Money in the Bank. Mm-hmm. They suck at it. They suck at doing it. So, what better way than to get it out of the way quickly than to have somebody win it and then cash it in that night?
I think it's bigger than that, though. I think this time it's bigger than that. I think they're going to cash them in early because they need us. Well, they need us to forget about Money in the Bank because we're going to have to wait so long till next year. They're going to cash them all in quickly so that we forget about them. Yeah. I think because they have to waste it. They have to because we don't get it again till August. So they don't want somebody to hold on to it for a year and a half like Tiffy forever. They want to get rid of these in the next 2 months so we don't think about them again until next year.
Because you're always double booked. You got so many PLEs coming up. That are sandwiched around each other. You got a couple Saturday Night Main Events. You got Worlds Collide coming. You got Evolution coming. Like there's so many things going on, and then you have the
Flash in Paris.
Yeah.
See, now I'm more convinced. Like Seth is the only one that makes sense to win that.
Yep. I agree.
And even more, I don't think Roman comes in and costs him winning that match. I think Roman comes down and costs him his cash in.
Cost him cash in,
yeah. That's true. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yep. Okay, I can see that.
And then another turn. I know he's on SmackDown right now, but Solo's got backup too.
Yep.
Well,
Solo's got JC and Fatu. Now, what if Fatu comes down and turns back on Solo by joining Seth, Braun, and Bronson Reed.
Yeah,
forgot his name.
Boy.
Or we have
that
Fatu and JC going against Breaker and Bronson because they're fighting to get their guy to the top.
Yeah,
and that's the sideline. That's the play on the outside of the ring is the four of them going at it.
Yeah, well, I think Jacob's going to cost Solo.
Yeah,
even though Solo's not going to be a factor, I think he's going to cost Solo and spark that feud.
Yeah,
I'm just here for Cinco Mero. I think he's going to cook so hard.
But are they going to give him the briefcase?
No, absolutely not. I think you got time with him. You got time.
No, but when he hits Andrade with that Mexican destroyer on a ladder, everybody's going to love it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold okay, but yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Do they use this match to turn Sammy finally?
No,
because you know Punk's gonna get involved.
Mm-hmm.
I know Punk's gonna get involved. I know.
So the numbers are gonna be completely against Rollins at that point if you get Fatu and JC involved.
So I mean, over under, how many people get involved in this match? 11 and a half.
I think the number.
I'm setting the number at 11 and a half people getting involved in this match.
I'm
over or under.
I'm gonna go over
4.5,
including the people in it 6.
So just 6 people are in the match already. Mm-hmm. So if I set the number at I'll do 10 and a hook. We do 10 and a half. Over or under people involved in this match.
I'll say over.
I'm gonna go under.
10? It's under.
I think it's 11 is the number.
No, 10 total. 4 more people. 10 total. I'd say 11.
Oh, if you're including the people in the match,
people in the match,
I'll say over 10,
and then you got 4. So we're looking at actually now that I'm thinking about it, I do have to go over.
Yeah, because you got Punk, you got JC, Fatu, Reed, and Breaker.
That's 5 right there, and then I think
Heyman's there.
From who's Gable facing at Worlds Collide? Kingo?
Yeah, he'll come in. He'll play. He'll do business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely over.
No, but he's not going to come in because Chad Gable's facing him, and this is El Grande Americano.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So Gable didn't come in. I think if they're doing anybody to run in, I think Chad Gable's going to run in just to make everybody freak out.
Yeah, Gable.
If he does that, then hats off to you, sir. I just don't think it's right. So we got AB talking. Where's your head at, bro?
First up, Steve, I understand how you feel. I don't want to give my take on the Lyra Becky Lynch match. It's okay. We're good. Don't worry about it. Screw my opinion. It's all good. So
I forgot about you. Damn.
It's okay. It's all right. I sit here. I know my place in line. I understand. But listen.
Yeah, you gotta get in. You gotta butt in.
That's right.
Sirius just took off and went going. I said it's all good. But here, I got 2 little interesting things I want to add to this. I don't know if El Grande Americano is even going to be involved in this match at all. Here's why I'm thinking. He's wrestling at Worlds Collide prior. What if he's injured somehow, some way, and they go and ask Chad Gable if he wants to get involved? There's a spin there, or he can't wrestle and they put Punk in the match automatically. I don't know. I know it's a weird theory to throw out there. I really think Rollins is going to win this match. And I think we're going to see a Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed title match at SummerSlam. The seeds were planted last night with him doing all those tsunamis on him. What better way? Seth Rollins wants all the power, but what better way to have Bronson Reed carrying that title and Seth reminding him like, hey, I'm in control. Seth Rollins is all about his control. Seth is the only one, in my opinion, aside from maybe LA Knight, that wins this match. So I'm going to go with Seth Rollins, though.
Okay. Has everybody talked about the men's Money in the Bank ladder match?
No.
I just hope LA Knight wins it, but I think Seth is probably the logical guy.
Stays talking to me.
I don't think LA Knight wins. I don't see any world where, I mean, I kind of put him like I do all these other people that they don't know what to do with him. Mm-hmm. I think it makes sense to put it on Seth with the factions that are coming together. And again, to your point, everybody's saying about control, it makes sense to put it on Seth. It does. Because they put it on LA Knight, great. What's he going to do with it? What's he going to do with it? I guess I see them putting on him the same way I see him putting it on Andrade. Do we care? Meh.
They'd be wasting the case at that point.
Yep. We don't care. I mean, I love LA Knight, and I know we love him. We love his shtick. We love his gimmick. But in the long run, yeah, he's paid his dues. But is he still going to be somebody that we're going to have investment in him doing all the run-ins? Maybe not.
If this was LA Knight 2 years ago,
yes. Yes, or even LA Knight last year. But LA Knight right now, he gets the case. We don't care.
Right.
Because whoever he runs in on, are we really going to be like, oh, we want you to have the belt, or oh, we don't care. Seth is the one that we care about. We care about Penta. We care about Seth in this setup. Those are the two we care about. And Penta is going to cook. And yes, to your point, Coach, he's there because he is huge now. But he doesn't have to win this. I mean, honestly, if you look at this, he's the biggest name in there right now besides Seth. So he doesn't need the box. He doesn't need the case. So Seth is the play. He has to be. Because if it goes on anybody else, there's no relevancy to it. But I think Seth is going to cash in quickly. And I think the ladies will cash in quickly because they don't want us to think about the case again until August of next year.
I see, now I'm fully expecting Seth to try to cash in on Jay, and Roman gets involved.
Yeah.
At the end of the show.
I think across the board, I think we all are kind of like, it makes sense. And like I said, I would like to see LA Knight win. I think, Seth is probably going to win it. And it just makes sense for him to, at the end of that tag match, for him to come in with both champions in that match.
Yep.
It's the perfect opportunity.
Why not?
So I could see that happening. Yeah, that's gold. Yeah, I love that. I could see that happening. And I could see Roman making his triumphant return and costing Seth his cash in. So yeah.
Or it doesn't, and he gets the strap. And Jay,
I hope not, because Jay's making money. I think you keep the strap.
Jay's making money, and
Roman helps his cousin.
And he has the thing with Gunther the next day.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to.
What a twist that'd be. I mean, we've been seeing that Gunther's been awful nice. What a twist that'd be is that if Jay goes away and then Seth gets a strap and it's Seth and Gunther, and we see a turn for Gunther being a face.
Well, he can cash in on Raw too.
Yeah, that's there. That's not happen.
Okay, we'll see.
They got new shirts to sell, Stace. One word, 4 letters.
I'm
buying shirts to sell, baby.
I'm
buying it. It's like they got new shirts to sell.
I'm buying it tomorrow. I'm not even joking. It's in my car right now.
Bruh, I missed the R2 shirt.
Tough. All right, everybody else talk about the men's one before I skip over.
We want to talk about the women. Come on,
Okay, I was want to make sure the match of the evening.
We're about to
night of the match.
These women.
AB's killing my phone tonight, so you got to feed.
These women are going to cook. These women are going to cook.
This should be the main event. This should be the main event.
The show.
This should close the show.
PLE, the women should close the show, but that's another story altogether. Thank God for Evolution.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a second, man. Stace, talk to me. When would you head up with us?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna put razor blades in my hair all day. I'm just obsessed. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you there's one person in here that I'm not absolutely in love with. Stephanie is just wrecking my juvenile household, but that's another story.
That's my baby.
God bless her. God bless her.
I mean, it's just gonna be great. I mean, we're gonna see so many great feuds come out of this. I mean, again, like I said earlier, Julia and Alexa Bliss will come out of this. It's going to be amazing. I think we're all chomping at the bit. We saw it on Monday with Stephanie and Rhea. I just think it's going to be so amazing. I think that maybe Liv might get involved in this because Roxanne is here. I think we might see Bianca Belair because we got Naomi in here, or Jade. I just think that the possibilities are endless. We're talking about how many people are doing run-ins in the men. I'm down to see who's here for the women, and I think it's going to cook. And I can't. I don't know. I don't know who's going to say. I think maybe Naomi. I think possibly Alexa Bliss. I don't think Rhea has it because she doesn't need it. I don't think Roxanne or Julia are ready. So it takes me to Naomi, Alexa, or Stephanie.
It's going to be Naomi.
No,
it's
gosh.
Here's the thing. To your point, Stace, Rhea Ripley doesn't need it. She's the walking briefcase. She lives with it. If she wants a title shot, whatever the case may be.
Yep.
Stephanie, Roxanne, Julia, they're not ready yet, and so it comes down between Alexa Bliss and Naomi. And what is Alexa Bliss going to do with it? Naomi.
Yeah.
Naomi.
Yeah.
It's going to be Naomi. Naomi's going to get this thing, cash it on Tiffany Stratton, and set up the 3-way between the sisters. That's what's going to happen here. I think Naomi gets it, cashes in on Tiffany Stratton. Sets up a feud, not set up a feud, but continues a feud between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, probably at SummerSlam, and it's going to be a 3-way, and these ladies are going to cook. That's beautiful. Like, there's no other way for this to go for me. There's no other way for this to go for me, man.
Of course there is. There's a few 3-ways I'd love to be involved with this match.
I knew he was going there with that.
I'm sorry.
I love
anyway.
that. Like, so, and that's a deep fly ball to center field. That one is out of
here. I'm sorry. This match does not only have the possibility to be the greatest women's Money in the Bank match ever, it has the possibility to be the greatest Money in the Bank match ever with the lineup that we see. Echo your points. Rhea does not need it. I don't see Rhea is the only one I can say not winning this match guaranteed, but I'm going to go with either Alexa Bliss or Stephanie Vaquer to win this thing. Once they brought Stephanie up, I knew Roxy was taken right out of the equation because you're not going to strap a rocket to somebody's back who's already got it on their back. You just brought her up. So it would totally kill Stephanie's momentum. Unpopular opinion, I think Alexa's going to be able to do more with that briefcase right now, and I really hope that she's carrying it on Saturday, June 21st when I meet her, and I can hold it with my picture with her. But yeah, I'm thinking Alexa's going to win this match. I really do.
Okay.
Don't hate. I'll send pictures, folks. Don't worry.
No problem.
Thank you.
Coach, talk to me. Where's your head at?
So, like, when Naomi first unveiled that she was the one that pushed Jade, I don't know if you guys remember, I was like, you know what, I think this is going to be something big.
The year Naomi, you called it. You called it the year Naomi.
And I said the summer Naomi is upon us. Yeah. And the women in the division better proceed with caution. And I'm going to keep saying that. I think she wins it. And I think, much to your point, I think this sets up a cash in on Tiffany. I mean, it's always been there. You know, it's just like she's been lurking in the background. So if you have her who's already lurking kind of in the shadows with the briefcase, that adds some more intrigue to it. She's on SmackDown, so it would just be natural for her to cash in on Tiffy, and then to set up something with Jade and Bianca down the line, which I love that being a match at SummerSlam. But Alexa Bliss is the other person who I think should win this match because she has been on fire with her promo work, with just her in-ring work. Again, I think she would make a very compelling case to have the briefcase because it's already there with Tiffy, and then she can just constantly just be, just kind of waving in front of Tiffy like, "Hey, Tiffy," she's already kind of like nudging her as is. So that they've already had it back and forth. So the groundwork is already there for Alexa to win the briefcase and to kind of like toy and kind of like mess with Tiffany, kind of taunt her with the briefcase. So those are the two women who I see winning it. Like I said, I called Naomi when she first, turned, and then like Alexa, I think would be the other person who I could see winning this. Again, Stephanie, she has a rocket ship on her back, doesn't need the briefcase. She is her. Look, Roxanne, she's young. She'll probably win Money in the Bank a couple times in her career down the line. Now is not her time to do that.
Right.
Rhea has already proven that she does not need a briefcase to get a title match. She can just say, "Hey, I am wrestling for the title tonight."
That's
okay,
right.
Rhea, whatever you say, ma'am. So she doesn't need the briefcase.
Nope.
Because mommy's always on top.
Yes, mommy's always on top. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess it's after 10 p.m. Eastern, so the
10
boys are
p.m.
working blue.
Sleep now.
Yeah, the boys are working blue. It's after 10 p.m. Eastern, so still a little early in Central Time Zone, but it's I guess whatever. Look, this match, I think it should be the main event. I think it should close the show. This has the opportunity to be one of those matches that we talk about. Like there's like, hey, remember that Money in the Bank match? That one, yeah. This one can cook. You got ladies in there who can work, who have worked together. there's going to be an eventual Julia Stephanie standoff because the history with those two. So they'll have a little moment, and of course the real Stephanie moment that we got on Raw. Oh boy, you know, like just foreshadowing with that one. We'll see that down the line. Just yeah, it is
I'm with you there,
something.
Barry.
I would want to say this though.
Feeling about to fall out of his chair.
Yeah, it's like I have to get my water hose out for this guy, man. It's like you're like, geez,
It's like you wasn't drawing you wasn't drinking out the faucet when that shit happened. Come on, man.
I dropped my phone. Yeah, I literally dropped my phone.
Exactly. So where you actually just putting on the bin? I'm the one that got the heart to say it. Yeah, I lost my mind.
I had to go to Target today to get a new phone case. Yes, correct. Yes.
I had to go. I had to go to Walmart to get a couple bottles of lotion. I don't know.
Lord have mercy.
All that stuff was seized at Diddy's house raid.
Yeah, no baby oil, but definitely some.
So that being said, as this is our wrestling show, we talk about wrestling on this show. It's like just imagine if somebody was like, "Oh, a crossover podcast with executives viewing and nonsense and deep thoughts. Let's tune in. Let's see what the gang is talking about."
Lotion.
That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Nonsense.
That's it.
Nonsense is what we do.
That's it.
Justin, my
hands are dry. That's
so
why
I wouldn't be mad if Naomi or Alexa won.
Yeah,
I mean,
me either.
I just think it's either it's going to be Roxy or Stephanie. If you give it to Roxy, she's trying to get in with the Judgment Day. She's already got Liv hating her, and if she's carrying the briefcase on top of it,
oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
that's that right in her face, right?
And I mean, she had a rocket ship on her all the way up through NXT.
Yeah,
she grabbed the belt quick there. I mean, so did Stephanie, and I don't think they're gonna wait putting belts on these two.
No.
They waited with Lyra a little too long. Because they worked that girl last summer. I think you're gonna see. I would not be surprised to see Stephanie get it, and when she goes for the cash in, getting it quick.
Here's the issue though. Like,
she's been hot since second one. The day she finished signing that contract.
Here's the thing. Like, the Money in the Bank strap. The Money in the Bank briefcase is an elevating tool. Like, Stephanie Valkyrie doesn't need that.
No.
Rhea Ripley doesn't need it. Like,
not for the character, but to justify her getting a title match right away. If you give her that briefcase, that's the way to get it on her and get it on her.
If you want to give it to her right away, Justin.
She had a bang out match with Io Sky. I don't think she needs that to get a title.
Yeah,
but maybe that was a test run. Maybe that match was a test run.
Yeah, I don't think anybody looks at Stephanie and thinks that she's on the same level as Roxanne or Julia. I think everybody knows she's far beyond that.
Correct.
I don't think that you can even put the three of them, even though they came from NXT about the same time. I think if you look at it across the board, people just look at Stephanie differently than they do Roxanne and Julia. I think that's why they're teasing.
I know I do.
I think that's why they're teasing Roxanne with Judgment Day, because I think what they're putting down is it's going to be Demon Finn and Roxanne versus Dom and Liv. And I think that's how they put Roxanne over, is Liv goes for Roxanne. And that's why she doesn't need the case at all, because Liv's about to put her over.
Yeah.
And to me, this is why Stephanie shouldn't win at Money in the Bank.
Correct.
Stephanie needs to win a belt at WrestleMania.
Outright.
She don't need to win a belt anywhere else.
Right.
You have Stephanie win the Rumble You build.
I was gonna say
you
that
make
2026
money.
Rumble champion. Yep.
You make money with Stephanie at Mania. You don't make money with Stephanie winning some random cash in on a SmackDown or a Raw or something like that, or you know what I mean, like, or even at like cashing in. I'm gonna cash in at SummerSlam. No, she deserves to be at a Mania main event level. That's how good she is.
Yeah.
So
and everybody knows it.
Yeah, so I just don't really feel like she needs to win the Money in the Bank.
No.
I think you need to put her in that match to say, I'm here.
Yeah.
Papi Mera is here. But I don't think you need to have her win that match. That's why I agree with you. I think Naomi is the perfect one to cash in because she's come out of nowhere and she is the one that really needs that cash in to get over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, she needs that contract more than anybody else. Mommy don't need it. Mommy's just putting butts in seats. Let's be honest. Like, she don't need to.
Butts in seats, and Mommy's there to start her feud with Stephanie because everybody knows Stephanie's just that good to start a feud with Rhea.
But Mommy could just go in and go in with Io Sky at any point. She doesn't even need a feud with Stephanie. If anything, I hope those two get together and make
work together.
Like they work together.
Yes,
that would feed families too. But Mommy don't need to win. Avery was mad at me because I said Mommy's not winning. She's like, "You're not rooting for us." Like, no, I'm not. I really want somebody else to win, and she got mad at me because it's Mommy. I'm like, she don't need to win Money in the Bank, and she doesn't understand that. She's only 8, but she don't need to win Money in the Bank. So, listen. I really think Naomi is going to be the one that gets over in this match, and then it's going to be Jade that screws her. You know what I mean? Or maybe even Bianca too. Who knows?
It'll be Bianca or Jade, which sets up the 3-way we need. Justin, you talk on this already, bro?
Yes, sir. But Stacy, to your point, I don't think Roxy's that far off from Stephanie. I don't think Julia's close. I think Roxy's right there. Before they brought Stephanie up this week, I thought it was going to be building for a Roxy Rhea rivalry.
Yeah,
because that's what they were teasing, and I 100% think Roxy's ready for that.
I don't think she's
ready for that.
I don't think she is. I mean, because she carried NXT
for
20 years old.
A year.
Yes.
Literally at 21 years old, carried a division of a promotion. Like, let's not play with the prodigy. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a cool, I've said this before, it's not just a cool, quirky nickname. She's 23 years old, and she already gets it in the business. She's paid her dues. Really she is a top talent in this business, and she shouldn't take a back seat to anybody. When we talk about talent and stuff like that in this women's division, Roxanne doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody.
Agreed. She's only 23. So if you think about the longevity, and we talked about this full circle at the beginning, we're talking about top talent, but we also know that there are other women that are new that are top talent that are older. And so she's got plenty of time to carry as many straps as she wants. She's 23, right? So she just doesn't need it yet.
I think you got time, man. You got plenty of time to build her up.
I think to Villain's point, Roxy is about to do stuff with Lip.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so she doesn't need a strap to do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, but the briefcase would be nice. It would add to it.
The briefcase would be nice, but I think the IC title would be nice too. So
I think again, put her in form of that. But
can you imagine her elevating that belt just like Becky's doing? Roxy with that belt, that'd be great.
I mean, they got Becky Lynch to do that. They got Bailey to do that.
But I think the Prodigy at some point is going to need a strap.
I'm sure she will. I just don't think now is it for her. I think the way she was introduced into the Judgment Day, messing around with Dom, Liv Morgan coming back, like that's what they're gonna cut their teeth with that, and then whatever happens, the one person that we are not really talking about is Julia.
But she'll be fine.
She gets lost in it.
Yeah. She does too much star power.
Yeah. She's good, but they might have been a little quick on bringing her up. I think she needed a little more time. And I honestly think you see that with the 4 women they just brought up. You can see the brand split.
Yeah.
The 2 top girls they brought up ended up on Raw.
Yep.
Vaquer and Perez are on Raw, and then you have Julia and I don't know the TNA chick, Jordan Grace, over on SmackDown. I'm not a fan of hers. I don't.
No.
I think she's a little sloppy, but I think she's
very
got
sloppy.
something.
I think she's very sloppy. I think she is a little bit better than Nia Jax when Nia Jax came up, but not by much.
Yeah,
but not by much. But again, to Coach's point that we talked about a couple weeks ago, Nia Jax is starting to come around. So she gets some work and
she's turned the corner.
She gets some work, and we'll see what happens.
What a triple threat those three had. Like that was a
it was a really good match. Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah,
Nia, Jade, because I really thought Jade was going to win it, and they swerved it. But those three, Naomi, Jade, and Nia, I got to give them props. That was a hell of a match.
For real, it's a great match.
Yep.
Anyways, with that being said, we have reached the tail end of tonight's show. I definitely want to thank everybody for coming out and kicking with us, man. You know how we get down. Justin, to give us a plug in the close, I would shut it down, big homie.
Hey man, thanks for having us again. Jesus Christ. Love being in here with y'all talking about PLEs. Let's keep doing it.
Yes, sir. You already know, man. Let's catch you on the next one, man. Coach, you know what to do, my guy. Get us out of here.
Right. Guys, like again, another successful crossover between us and Justin and Aaron. Look, guys, I say it all the time. I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna make this sweet. Wrestling is good, but kayfabe is dead. Peace.
Margaritas.
He didn't talk about a margarita.
We didn't talk about margaritas today. Let's go. We got away from it. We got away from it.
Wow.
Let's talk to me. Get us out here.
Much love. Another great night. Can't wait to see all the great things happen, and we'll talk again soon. Love y'all.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The queen is out the building. AB, get us out of here, bro.
As always, boys, thank you so much. We always enjoy our time with you. Vice versa, you're always welcome on our show. Shout out to all you guys at the Executives View. We love it. Really want to get together and talk about a SummerSlam road trip. Get Stacy involved in that. Maybe we can get something going for that. So looking forward to Saturday. Thank you guys as always.
Yes, Later. Sir. Yes, sir. Velen, you know what to do, my guy. Get us out of here, bro.
I love it, man. Thanks for putting this together. I love working with Justin and AB, even though Justin is trying to steal my woman. I just can't have that kind of behavior, but it's all good. Stacy is only 35 with her beautiful self, the queen in the house. I love doing the show with her. Steve, everybody, man, it's just a great vibe. I don't care what Larry said. You can say it's fake all you want. We love it here. All right. It catches tomorrow. We'll be doing our regular show tomorrow, talking all things sports. Probably talking about my Knicks and how low the ratings are going to be for the finals. But as always,
man, it's your boy Sears repping that 412 and the 703, man. Just like my man Villain alluded to, tomorrow we are back on our regularly scheduled programming, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time, right here on this very network, talking about everything around the world of sports, man. We got the NBA Finals. We got to talk about the massacre that happened up in LA with the Yankees. We may talk about that. Tyrese Halliburton. There's gonna be a lot to talk about tomorrow, man. So definitely check us out. With that being said, I always say this, man. God is good, even though sometimes people aren't, man. God bless. Catch you guys on the next one.